Thank you, Aaron. I thought that last presentation was amazing. I think we should all stand up and show our appreciation to the 2017 Lilly class and the future of our industry. That was great. So, good afternoon. It's great to be in Minneapolis. By a show of hands, who here actually enjoys marketing their practice? There's always a few weirdos out there. Sarah up front. Okay, there's always a few of us. Why is that? I think the answer is marketing doesn't really come intuitively to most of us, and we'd rather be working in our business than on our business. But let's say hypothetically you spent $30,000 on a new website, and it was the greatest website in the industry. And yet no one knew about it. It's just sitting up there in the clouds. Is it going to benefit you in any way? What's going to drive traffic to your new website? There's one word. You know what it is? Marketing! So today we're going to talk about marketing. And what I love about our industry is there's no the way to do it. A matter of fact, I met a bunch of you last night, and Laura over here only focuses on long-term care. And Tyler over here focuses on wealth management. And where are you, Corey Anderson? You are the DI dude. And then I met Josh. I never met a guy who enjoys health insurance with that much passion than Josh. It was amazing. And all of our businesses are so different, and our clients are different, so the way we market to them is also going to be different. Now, I'm going to share with you a whole lot of marketing ideas in a very short period of time. And my goal is that maybe one, maybe two, and if we're really fortunate, maybe 3 ideas are going to resonate with you. You're going to bring those back to your office. You're going to implement them, and it's going to make a positive change on your business. And when that happens, we will have succeeded this afternoon. Sound like a plan? You're going to need to fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight. So, who here would like to have more affluent clients in your practice? Clients like Dale has. Huh? Wouldn't that be nice? I don't have any New York Yankees in my practice yet. But I want to share with you a specific marketing strategy that we planned in 2011. We implemented it in 2012, and it doubled our assets under management in 18 months. So could you imagine that you're one of the 150 recipients of such a package, and you're at your home or office, and the UPS man comes, and out comes this long box, and you open it up, and what's inside is a one-of-a-kind, customized, genuine Louisville Slugger bat. And it has your name on it. And wrapped around the bat is this letter that says, hit the ball out of the park, and you get to take your time walking around the bases. And then it goes on to say something like this: Dear Steve, we've identified you as a heavy hitter. And my name is David Rosell, president of Rosell Wealth Management. And we understand that you're probably already working with a wealth advisor, but a lot of people would like a second opinion. And we're just trying to find a unique way to get your attention. And over the next several months, we hope you enjoy this campaign as much as we've enjoyed putting it together, and you'll learn how we benefit our clients. Is Steve going to throw away that bat? Not a chance. Is he going to maybe tell his friends, look at what I got from this wealth management guy? So then 3 weeks later passed, and you get another package in the mail, and it's from the same return address sticker. It has a big R on it. And it's the safe. It's like a bank safe, and you open it up, and out is a card, and it says, curious? Right 32, left 17, right 6. And you open it up like a bank safe, and in there's this scroll that you unroll. And it says, "We know, Steve, that you've worked hard and accomplished much over the years. Let us show you how to protect those assets." What do you think that's going to lead to down the road? Maybe an annuity sale, some life insurance. Now they're like, wow, who are these people? Who is this guy? Do you think we're getting their attention? Couple weeks pass by. And you open up a package, and it's one of those mag lights with all the D batteries in it, the kind that the cops use. It's heavy. And it says, "Do you have a clear vision of your retirement? We can shed light on your financial future." And it has a letter again saying, "Hi, welcome to round 3. It's David here again. And again, we just want, when the time is right for you, to share with you how we help our clients live the life they've always imagined." Do you think Steve's going to throw out that mag light with his name powder-coated on it? Or is he going to put it in the trunk of his car or the cabin of his boat? Because he might not have a need for a financial advisor, but maybe 4 or 5 years later, he has a need, and he's going to go into the cabin of his boat and grab that mag light with that guy's name on it. Well, we're not through yet. There's round 4. And this is like one of those Indiana Jones distress journals. It has his name embossed in it. You notice that our name's always there. We just mostly use just the R of our logo. And he's looking at this going, wow. And you open it up and print it on the first page. It says, "My gift to you is a classic, one-of-a-kind leather journal. The concept is it gives you a place to document your thoughts and your dreams, questions and concerns regarding what your financial future could look like." And that week was the Powerball in Oregon. It was an all-time record of $220 million. And the theme of this message is that, Steve, you can't gamble on your financial future. But we always like to have fun with what we do, and we had a very important PS. And says, "But if by chance you do have a winning ticket in here, we'll expect to see you sooner than later." I would say now we have Steve's attention. And then a couple weeks later comes the last one. And it basically says, "Reaching us is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Steve, we hope you've enjoyed the last several months with this. It's been an opportunity for us to make a whole bunch of new friends and new clients, and hopefully you've learned some along the way and you're enjoying your gifts. But when the time is right for you down the road, we want to make it as easy for you to contact us as possible. So just press 1 on your phone and it'll go directly to me." It was amazing, obviously, the results of this campaign, but what it really was thinking outside the box. And I have to share with you, most of the ideas that I'm going to share with you tonight didn't originate with me. They originated from all these ideas I've grabbed from the years of MDRT, the years of NAIFA conferences, and continuing learning and reading. So what I do know for a fact is the 101 ideas are the only 101 ideas in this order that are used by me. So I own them now. So take the ones that you like and own those. So the person that we ordered all these gifts said, "You got to put this with your results." There's this international gathering in Las Vegas called the Promotional Products Association International. And about 6,000 people a year come in, and let's enter you in to see if you can win an award. So Robert and I go to the Mandalay Bay, the largest crowd I've ever seen. And we're there, and it's kind of like the Academy Awards where it's the best foreign picture early on and best cinematography, but it's the end of the night, you're full, you're satiated, and it's the best actor, best actress, best movie of the year. And one of those last awards was business to consumer advertising, which is what we were doing. We were a business advertising the consumer. And we didn't even prepare a speech because we were going against Jack Daniels and DSW shoes and a small no-name wealth manager from Bend, Oregon. Can everyone say Oregon? It's not Oregon. And we're sitting there, we're having fun, we have a few glasses of wine in us, and ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2012 Business to Consumer Marketing Campaign is Rosell Wealth Management. And we were dumbfounded. We didn't even know what to say. We had nothing planned. It really didn't mean much to us because we're not in the advertising industry, but it was a whole lot of fun. And it was a wink from the universe saying we did something right in our marketing, and we had fun with it. The thing is, you got to tell your story because no one else is going to tell it for you. So we contacted the industry magazines and said, hey, we got this cool idea, and we wanted to share it with other people. One of the things that we recently implemented is tiering our clients. Now, anyone in Strategic Coach here? Dan Sullivan, Sarah? And we learned this from Strategic Coach. And what we learned is we used to be all things to all people. And one of the things I don't recommend doing is you raise your minimums if you're in the asset management business, is advertising that your minimum is whatever, $250,000, $5 million, whatever it is. It comes across a little arrogant. And one of the lines that I learned over the years as we kept raising our minimums was people would say, well, do you have a minimum, David? And I'd say, you know, Sarah, we don't have a minimum per se, but what we find is that we're the most benefit to those with $1 million or more of investable assets or whatever that number is. And people will say, oh, I don't qualify, or I'd love to talk to you. And it was just a natural way to do it. But what we learned from Robert Berman, who is my marketing guru, we learned it's probably similar to you that 80% of our business comes from 20% of our clients. And he said what we have to do is market to the friends of those 20%. So we came up with a program of tiering our clients from platinum, gold, silver, and bronze, and having a game plan of who is responsible for those people. What are they going to get every year? How many touches? How many updates to their financial plan? And this is something that we've implemented that has been really great for us. By default, all of our new clients only fit into the platinum category. One of the terms that we use all the time is ACE. ACE. Is that ACE? Are you the authority? Can you celebritize it? Is it exclusive? So no matter what we're doing, whether it's a business card, whether it's the front stage of our office, we ask ourselves, is that ACE? Is that ACE? And the answer today always has to be yes. So let's talk a little bit about what it means to be the authority. I know a lot of you do writing. We have a small newspaper in our town of Bend called the Cascade Business News. Well, I've been writing these little articles for 17 years in there. And you know what? I don't think anyone reads these articles, but they see them, they see the pictures, and they look to you as the authority. And you know, after writing so many articles, I've kind of deviated into things like there's an article, we're so connected that we're disconnected, and talking about cell phone usage, or talking about setting goals into the new year. It doesn't always have to be financial. You can talk about some of your other passions in there. We love to throw parties and celebrate our clients and have our clients bring their friends. So we want to be exclusive. So this is a postcard going out, just saving the date. And then a few weeks later, they're going to get the actual invitation, but we'll put it in a vellum, you know, those see-through envelopes. You know, you get so much mail these days, why not put it in a vellum envelope? It's going to be the first envelope that they open, because you can kind of see through it. It's kind of frosty. It creates a buzz. And we want to celebritize, say that 10 times fast. And we put all the different vineyards, the different winemakers that we're going to be at the party. We want to create a buzz for whatever it is that we're doing. When we have a big event, it doesn't cost that much money. It costs $50. We'll have tickets made. And we'll send our clients the tickets with 2 extra tickets for their friends. And what we find is the chance of people showing up when they're handed tickets are threefold. So when you return a financial plan or a life insurance proposal to your clients, do you kind of bind it with one of those swivel things? Most people do that here. Well, we used to too, but I'll tell you what we do now is we invest $45, that's all it is, into a leather binder. And that includes them embossing it. And it includes that pen. And we put that, our plan, bound in there. And it's the attention to detail. And it's a little bit what Dale was talking about. People don't remember what you say, but they remember how you made them feel. And this makes our clients feel important. I have not yet once returned a financial plan and not had a client breeze their hands over their name to feel where it's embossed into the leather. So it's really not doing anything extraordinary, but it's doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. On to the next. WIIFM. It's everyone's favorite radio station. You know what that stands for? Brian Tracy. What's in it for me? Well, what do I mean about that here? Most of the time when I see people with brochures, they're 8.5 by 11 trifold brochures, and it says, we do life insurance, annuities, ETFs, and all the commodities that we all offer our clients. We decided to do a brochure, first of all, with photographs from our own hometown. I always find it strange if, say you're in Minneapolis and on your website or brochure there's a couple walking on the sandy beaches of the ocean. You notice how often that happens with financial websites? And in here, it has nothing about us. There is no product. There's no word I, me, us. It talks about what we can do for you, how we can help you live the life you've imagined. And it's an odd shape, so it just stands out a little bit more. Branding versus marketing. You know when you go to, let's take a look here. AT&T. They've done so much branding that they can just show their globe and you know what it is. The same with Pepsi and Xbox, and we've noticed so many companies that are out there, they could just show their symbol. So we said, if all these giants are doing it, why can't we? So we've done enough branding in our own town where we're able just to put our little R on things, and more people are knowing what it's like. When you get all these gifts in the mail, people don't want to hang a bat in their office that has the name of your wealth management group on it. But if there's a little R on there, they don't mind at all. And then these are two of the giants who we all know. Everyone knows those symbols more than anything. So that's branding versus marketing. And we've kind of put this through everything that we do. Now I come from, has anyone ever been to Bend, Oregon? All right, I know Sarah has. Sarah does all my clients' 401k plans. And we're a big ski town. We've had over 50 feet of snow in Bend already this year on the mountain. And we're going to ski through July 4th this year. Truly. So if you're a skier, you know what Rosell is. Rosell is a big ski brand. And we said, you know what? It's a sticker town. People have all their ski stickers and their paddleboard stickers everywhere. And when you're on the chairlift and someone says what you do for a living, why not hand them a sticker instead of a business card? So it's just been kind of a fun way to spread the branding. And we've expanded the R's onto the glasses, the mugs that our clients drink their coffee out of. We had it etched into the glass. It looks like it's etched into the glass window, but it's really just vinyl lettering to give it that etched look. And instead of having Rosell Wealth Management when you walk in the reception now, it's just the R. It's that less is more approach. Put it on our shirts. You know, we're in a serious business. We're talking about life and death, marriage, divorce, caring for elderly parents, and simultaneously caring for your adult children, a lot of our clients are doing. I mean, it's a different time. And it's also time to just add some levity into some fun in what we do. You know when you go to Google and almost every day there's a new Google logo? Well, guess who they copy? We have 36 different logos. These are just 12 of the 36. We have them for every holiday, every purpose, Valentine's Day. And we have them under our email signature, and we switch them out all the time. We use them on greetings cards. And people just smile. We have a client who's a well-known rock climber, and we turned our R into a little rock climbing dude. And recently, I'm really trying to follow in the footsteps of Dale, but nowhere close. But recently, and I'm going to tell you a little bit later how we procured this gentleman, but we picked up a client who's affiliated with the LA Clippers. And we thought, why not have fun with this? Why not show them how much we care? So there is the LA Clippers logo that we just came up with last month. And you'll notice the little R in the basketball. You know, why not put your crazy clients' heads dangling off your logo? Put it on a dog dish. Put it on your Jameson. And Tyler, thanks for that glass last night. Just always trying to add some levity into the serious business that we do. We do a Kentucky Derby event, and we link up with our Oregon Spirit distillers, and we have our clients dress up in their Kentucky Derby garb. We have them bring their friends. Everyone loves to dress up for it for no other reason than to say thank you and to have fun. So I want you to meet Peaches. Peaches is a 1956 Morris Minor from England. And don't ever say the steering wheel is on the wrong side. The steering wheel's on the other side. And do you want to know the only time when Peaches doesn't leak oil? It's when there's no oil in the engine. Peaches came into my life 17 years ago and is one of my best friends in the world. I drive Peaches every day in the summertime. And somehow just getting into Peaches brings out smiles in people. She's not ostentatious. And she's been the symbol of my practice for 17 years about your road to financial independence and making the right turns in the road. And do you see yourself in the driver's seat? And what's on the back of Peaches? An R. Having fun with it. Know what else it enables me to do?
Write it off.
Exactly. Write that sucker off. A couple years ago, this 80-year-old couple had passed away, and the family was selling the 13-year-old motor coach. They were basically giving it away. A matter of fact, the graphics on the outside were burgundy that have turned into pink due to the sun fading. So I picked this motorhome up for almost nothing and spent a few grand, or I should say my business spent a few grand redoing the whole outside. And now it's my office on wheels. We go visit our clients in different states in it, get to have fun and deduct the whole darn thing. It's about having fun and finding creative ways for tax deductions. Beer, bikes, and baseball. I love all three. We, in a town of 80,000, we have 17 breweries. You may have heard of Deschutes Brewery. They got the craze of the microbrews started. All started in Little Bend. And there's a bike racing team. And I thought, what a great way. A lot of affluent people are on this bike team. Cyclocross racing, have you heard of that? And why not put our logo right in the back? And we didn't put Rosell, we put the R. And guess what people are saying who don't know what the R stands for? What does the R stand for? We're getting their attention, because no one cares about a wealth management group. It enables me to write off my bike equipment, my son's baseball team, just finding creative ways to get your name out there. Beer, bikes, and baseball. Happy birthday. Have fun with it. You know, like almost everyone here, I'm sure you send your clients a birthday card and you give them a call on their birthday. Everyone wants to be recognized on their birthday, so we made a colorful R. And inside is our birthday logo. But gone are the days of handwritten notes. And I know the greats still use handwritten notes. Who's still writing handwritten notes? Yes. Now everyone in this room is going to go back to handwritten notes because people don't remember what you said, but they remember how you made them feel. And do it neatly. When I get a handwritten note that's so slobbish I could barely read it, it's telling me that they felt like they had to get notes out, but they really didn't care. Take your time. I bring my notes home with me at night because I have too much going on during the day to take my time and write a neat note. So I just keep a list. I have stationery at home, and if I'm watching a baseball game, that's when I'm chill, and I'll handwrite my notes. But it's an art that is fading away quickly. Very, very powerful. Handwritten notes. The secret of success is consistency and purpose. Very famous quote. I think it's so important to have the same feel of marketing, whether it's your business cards, your stationery, your website, your PowerPoint slides, your email, and even cell phone covers. Do you know that you can get a cell phone cover like that? You just order it online for $15 from Vistaprint. $15. Whenever you're at a coffee gathering, where's everyone put their cell phone? On the table. It's just an opportunity for a prospect to go, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And if at only $15, get a bunch of them made. Switch them out every once in a while. But again, those are some cards just waiting for some handwriting. If you see a friend in the paper, cut it out, put it in, and say, congratulations, Bob. Keep up the great work. Who here has some sort of text on the back side of their business card besides some compliance jargon? There's about 5 or 6 of you. The rest of you are wasting 50% of your real estate. Truly. Take that opportunity to put your favorite quote on there. Put something on there. I like the idea of just having some cool graphics on one side and having your contact information on the other. My cards are about 3 times as thick as most people's cards. I gave John, who spoke this morning as he was heading off to the airport, he asked for a card, and I gave him a card, and he tried to peel it apart. That's the typical thing. And what it subconsciously says is what? Substance, quality. It subconsciously says this person is going to dot his I's and cross his T's. Go to a company called Moo, M-O-O. You'd be incredibly surprised how inexpensive they are. And 95% of people you hand a card to will say something. Wine. Does anyone ever get custom wine labels in here? Look who are the people who are raising their hands. There's a company called Windsor Vineyards out of California who very inexpensively will put a picture, any photograph on a label. They'll put your logo. They'll work with their artists and customize it. And you can order as few as 2 bottles in a crate of wood up to cases at a time. We have specific bottles for specific gatherings and events and to say thank you. You want to treat an up statistic, so when someone's referring someone to you, have a bottle of wine with a handwritten, neat thank you note sent to their office. Rodney over here is a recently new colleague in our office, and we had a party and we had R for Rodney wine made that night. It's a lot less expensive than you'd think, and if you're interested in this, I'll give you the contact for a discount from a guy named Gary. Your office environment is a reflection of you. And again, none of these ideas really originated with me. I saw a slide that looked like this and I said, that's what I'm going to implement in our new office. So people feel much more comfortable in finding sitting around a round table like you are right now than having an advisor across a desk from you. So Rodney and I and the 2 prospects or clients are sitting around a round table. And this way, we're on the same side of the table. A matter of fact, when they say, well, how do you get compensated? Well, first of all, we make sure we share it with them before they have an opportunity to ask. And we say that when it comes to compensation, we're on the same side of the table. And let me share with you why. We have coffee. I don't know, everyone has a different way of doing coffee, and we finally nailed it. And there's a lot of symbolism in it. In Oregon and Washington, we love our coffee, the kind of coffee that puts hair on your chest. You know the kind I'm talking about? And instead of having the little pods or coffee makers or the little vias, we have our assistant comes out with French press coffee. You know what French press, the old French press is? Not only is it the best tasting coffee in the world, but it's symbolism of teamwork. Because when she brings it out on this beautiful platter with some cookies, we have to let it steep for about 10 minutes. And then I'm the one lowering the plunger. And I'm amazed at how many of these high net worth clients have never experienced French press coffee. It's so simple. And what is it? It's an experience. It's an experience. We're here to make experiences for our clients. And sitting around a family room setting is very different than in an office setting. We also return our plans on a big screen rather than on paper. They'll leave the office with their binder, but we're sharing everything up on the big screen. You know, just as the office is a reflection of you, so is your website. It's your virtual storefront. We all have websites in here. When someone is referred to your office, one of the first places they're going to go is where? Your website. And again, I see so many of these websites that we're using. They're usually coming from financial website companies because for compliance reasons so they can track it. But you can use some companies where you can really customize it. Customize it with photos from your area. Hire a professional photographer and give it the feel. And have the consistency. You'll notice the same gray look going throughout. By a show of hands, who sends Thanksgiving cards out? Nice. Maybe 15% of you. Who sends Christmas holiday cards out? Almost everybody. So when you get a Christmas card, in the month of December, how many cards are you getting in the mail that day? 20? 30? You don't even have time to open them up. Oh, got one from Sarah. Oh, I got one from Tyler. Oh, I got one from Jen. How many Thanksgiving cards did you receive in the mail last year? A couple? So a lot of people say none. Send Thanksgiving cards. People will remember it. I share with them why it's my favorite holiday, because it's about family, food, and football. There's no pressure to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's fun. Send a Thanksgiving card and just show your gratitude and your appreciation to your clients. And use your Thanksgiving logo. All right, I'm going to share with you the biggest game changer that has affected my practice far more than the heavy hitter campaign. You want to hear it?
Yes. Yep.
Well, I'm not going to tell it to you. It's something that I did. I had no idea what it would do for me, and it's something that each and every one of you in this room can do. Write a book. And if you don't like writing and you're not a good writer, I happen to love writing, get it written for you. I have the names of companies that will interview you for 10 weeks on a Monday, because there's 10 chapters in your new book. It only needs to be about 100 pages. It doesn't need to be 250. And you have a book. And do you know how many people are going to read your book? Very few. Honest. All right. Thank you, Neil. To this date, you know people that have read your book and people that haven't. I'm not even sure if my mother read my book. But this has changed my practice. It's changed my life forever. And how so? As soon as you're introduced as author of, it sets you apart. It's the most amazing marketing tool. When you send this to a prospect, When someone, a high net worth client, is interviewing you, and like they should, maybe 2 to 3 other financial advisors, who are they going to go with? 9 out of 10 times, I kid you not, they're going to go with the person that is the author of a book that they're probably never going to read. You beat out the competition. It opens up opportunities. Ever since I wrote the book in 2013, I've been asked to speak tenfold. I've been asked to be part of Vistage International and speak to CEOs, which doesn't happen if you don't have the book. It's been amazing. And again, you don't need to write the book yourself. You can have other people write it for you, but it's still you coming through. It doesn't have to be a big book either. And then with the book, when it comes out, you have book parties. You have book release bashes. And you have your local papers write stories about the new author from Bend, Oregon, or Minneapolis. And you do book talks at small bookstores. And you go to Barnes & Noble and say, would you like to carry my book? And you go to the grocery stores and you say, would you like to carry my book? How many copies would you like? And you give them the first 6 copies and say, don't pay me until they're all sold. And then they call you a couple weeks later. And you go to every single coffee shop in your county and you do the same thing. And now all of a sudden people are reading or buying your book. You ask the bookstore at your local airport to carry your book, which is how I procured the person affiliated with the LA Clippers. They were visiting our tourist town of Bend, Oregon, and were looking for a book at the airport. And I got a call a month later. Really, and it's an opportunity for those that do read it to also get a sense of who you really are. I believe whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. I am a no-name author from a town of 80,000 people in the middle of the Cascade Mountain Range, and I put it out there to the people that I respect in the world of sports, motivation, and business. And as soon as I nailed Charles Schwab Jr., then came Brian Tracy and Ken Blanchard and Don Yeager from Sports Illustrated, and now Ashton Eaton, the greatest athlete in the world. And I had no idea that you can do it, but guess what you have to do? You have to ask. I wish I had one of those yellow bands right here. That's what I'm learning. I'm no different than anyone else. I'm the guy that doesn't want to pick up the phone either. But we all have to hit our wrists with that yellow band and ask. We've all heard that from Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now I'm promoting the book more than I'm promoting my practice because they're all two and the same. If you have an ad in the paper for your wealth management firm, you're just in there with everyone else. So why not promote the book? It makes you stand out in the crowd and have fun with it around the Christmas time. So a lot of my clients said to me, Dave, we love, those that read the book, we love how your book meshes your travels to 65 countries. Every chapter starts with a riveting travel story, like being in Berlin the day the wall came down, and then links into a financial story, like who thought that the impossible would become a reality when 25 years later the financial walls came down, as an example. We need a book like this for our children and grandchildren. A book that's going to teach them in today's new age about money, but they can also have fun with it. So I came up with the idea of I'm going to go forward here for a sec and come back there, to a Pixar book, where we're not looking to bring millennials into our practice per se, but when you go see a Pixar movie with your daughter or your grandchild, it's a book written for the kids, but isn't it just as much for the adults? So now's an opportunity, 4 years after the first book, to get a second book out there, have more parties, get back into the press, and so on. And I had to do this because I was told you're truly not an author until you have more than one book. And so recently we came out with an author logo. That's different. And the purpose for this is to say author, I want to do more speaking, And then the last part we just kind of slide in is and wealth manager. So we want to celebratize our clients. So we had the book cover turned into a postcard. And most of our clients love to travel the world. Brian just got back from traveling the Rhine River. So they don't want to carry the weight of the book, so we give them a postcard. And then we have a wall of wallpaper in the office, and when they send us a picture, we blow it up and we put it right on the wall of shame wherever they were traveling. And it becomes a talking piece in the office. You know, prospects will come in and see that, and they'll see all the clients you have and all the fun places. And then on their next trip, they're asking us for a postcard. It's almost like this competition of getting on the wall of shame. And then, if you're in Bend, Oregon on June 7th, we'd love to have you come and have some free spirits, because we teamed up with Oregon Spirit Distillers again and have another party. But it's a reason just to get your brand out there. Share with you a couple quick stories here. A year ago, January, I was in an Uber ride heading to LAX from a gathering, and Soraya Dean was in the car with me. And Soraya says, "So what brings you to LA?" And I said, "Well, I'm an author and a speaker." It's very different. Before I'd say, "Well, I'm a financial planner," or Dale taught us how to use an elevator speech. You know, I help people plan their finances so they can live the life they've imagined. And they go, "Okay." But 100% of the time when you say, "I'm an author," what do you think they respond by? "What do you write?" Every single time. So she said, "No kidding. I'm an author and international speaker." She spoke at the White House in December. She spoke in Nigeria 3 weeks ago. She speaks all over the world about the Muslim faith and is it about love or war. And I'll tell you, if you ever hear Soraya Dean speak, you will know that it's about love, that faith. And a week and a half ago, she and I had an opportunity to travel around Oregon speaking together, which was a complete honor, all from the serendipitous event of being in an Uber ride. So serendipity is one of my favorite words. You know what serendipity means? Unexpected good happenings. Life's about serendipity if you put yourself out there. Open yourself to opportunities. So, speaking of opportunities, some interesting facts. My town of Bend, Oregon, more cubic board feet of lumber came out of Bend than any other town west of the Mississippi. And do you know where all of our founding fathers and the old wealth originated from in Bend, Oregon? Minnesota. The Hickson family, the Shevlin family, the Brooks family, and the Scanlon family. So everyone is from Minnesota. I am delighted to be in Minnesota. So part of serendipity and taking advantage of opportunities is I'm looking for a new director of operations. So if you want to move to Bend, Oregon, let me know. Brenna over here has been leading the charge for many years at our office, and she read my book too many times, and she's leaving in June to travel the world for an entire year. It's very bittersweet for us, but we're excited for her. And we're going to miss her. One of our retired clients is a dentist, and he makes knives. He takes the steel and folds it back and forth and makes his own handles. So when a client retires, we get one of his handmade knives, and we put their name on it, along with a little R, so they might remember who we are. But you hand them this gift, kind of like the knife, you know, that we saw this morning, and they're going to hold on to that forever. And every time they're chopping those vegetables, they're going to think of us, hopefully in a positive light. Don't want to lose those fingers. We're always looking for opportunities. We have these water bottles where you could put it in a hot car and the ice is still there 3 days later. We're not putting the name of the business, we're putting just the R. Or we have one of these phone chargers, and we send those out to clients after their assets have moved under our management. And we'll say something like, "Since so many of our clients love to travel and stay well connected, I believe this is an appropriate and beneficial welcome to our practice. I hope you'll love this power bank as it's useful in your future travels as I did on my recent trip, as this charger was helpful when you need it and will always be here for you when you need us. So we're just trying to tie it all in. It's a gift that they're not going to get rid of. Here's something that I learned from Joe Travato, who spoke here last year. Do you remember Joe Travato? Dear friend. I probably get a third of my marketing ideas from Joe. A few weeks ago, we sent out these baskets to a bunch of CPAs in our community. It has a 2017 tax chart with our logo on it so they can hold on to it. How much they can fund the IRAs this year, a lot of those investment tidbits. But in there was a basket, and the note said, may your days and nights be efficient and productive. May your extensions be short and few. And may you look forward to rest, relaxation when the season is through. Here's a little help to keep you going during this taxing time of year. And what did we put in there? Notos, wine, coffee, Snickers, Red Bull, 5-hour energy drinks, Advil, Excedrin, the whole 9 yards. And it's at a time, A, when they need it, but when tax season gets through in the next 2 weeks, you know, who are they going to remember? Just thinking outside the box, and what else are we doing? We're having fun with it, right? Just a creative way to get the attention of the people that we need to refer us business. You know, there's 3 types of people in this world. Those that make things happen, and those who watch things happen, and unfortunately, those that say, what happened? And this is a group that truly makes things happen in their life, and I hope that you're going to continue to make things happen in your world of marketing. Thank you very much.